All right, back at it. I think this is my fourth video for the day. I also did a bunch of uploading, so very, very busy day. I want to pick up where we left off. We were working with the field menu and its submenus, so I'm going to get those open. I think, right, so we had gotten to, I think the first, I need to duplicate this. Submenu, or no, items, submenu, items, that's the format we're doing. And then this one is just going to be field submenu. We're going to use this to as a template. Then so this will be our items menu. I'll run this real quick. It should work. We have that, right? Let me look at the script. Field submenu. So what I want to do is need to think about how I'm going to instance these. I wonder if we just create it over top of the field menu when we open it. So we can just kind of get rid of it. Alternatively, I can keep it constantly updated. I don't know if I want to do all that. Let's see. How do I want to handle that? Submenu items. Maybe before I think about how I'm going to handle it, I'll just make the other ones. What do I think? This looks good. We don't have the functionality on this yet. Set top menu. With the sub menu, we really don't need the extra background. We do need all of this. I guess we can keep the background on it for now. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to do a control. This might change, but this is what I'm going to try for now. Didn't want those, so. Alright, so we're going to have sub menus. Then we can put submenu items in that. That looks right. So every submenu we make, we can put in there. And what I think is that we'll have these indices match up with the menu, and we can use an enumerator. So let's give that a whirl. Low formation and config are not, well, formation's not going to have a menu. We'll be all right. So let's get that enumerator going. It's going to be submenu. I always like to do plural for my enumerators, just like I would with an array. So we have items, magic, equipment, status formation config, and save. Now I think formation. I feel like formation we're not going to use. So we're just going to go to that. Cross that bridge later. So we have onReady var submenus. It's going to be an array. Get children. Let's look at a magic menu. Let's see if I have something. Downloads. Why my view changed? Magic. I'm also trying to think what kind of magic like system I want to use. In FF1, you have levels, and you can buy like this. So you can supply, you have 3 for each level max. I don't know what that 4 out of 4 means. Maybe at that point you can have 4 instead of just 3. Yeah, something like that. I do like the idea of buying your magic and that you have a limitation on how many you can have. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. And maybe we'll just work off of this. So I put the character at the top on that one. Should I do equipment first? No, let's work in order. Submenu items, field submenu. Let's duplicate that. It's going to be submenu magic. Update the text. This one we're going to use characters. I wonder. Actually, we're not going to use that specifically. We're going to modify it. It's going to be up there. We'll just modify that thing. Doesn't really need an H box. Well, it might once we put all the data in. I wonder if I shouldn't just set this manually. That way we can see it in the editor. Now magic. Let me get that screenshot open. It'll be in here. Downloads. Okay. Let's do this. You know, I like to work with my split screen view. So we have the character at the top. These buttons are going to change. We're going to have use and discard. Delete that third button. Menu name characters. That's our top character. We'll call this player. And HBox. Alright, so we're not worried about player right now. Come back to that one. Actually, I think we can just use. What if we can use a modified version of our player? Was it info card? Let's see what that looks like. That's the wrong player menu card. That's our new one. So I could use that without the status effect. I think that would be the way to go. That we don't have to remake all that data. It's efficient. And consistent. Now that is one issue. We have a lot of empty space. First off, let's delete 4 of these. And maybe characters. If I can find a player, that's what we call it now. Try 32. That looks about right. And then maybe we can add some extra data there. So we do an HBox. We will, like we can put MP cost. I don't know, we'll figure out something else. So I got to remove some more of these. It'd be pretty funny if it equals 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guys, it's meant to be. I mean, it's exactly lining up to the original, what we're basing this on. Wow, spoiler alert, I didn't know. I've never seen all of the high-level spells. Anyway. So now, actually, as item buttons, we have to change that format. So they're going to be buttons, but how do we want to format this? We don't need those. Top, middle, what does that look like? We don't need that, get rid of that. So middle we're going to call magic, spells. And let's call that window. This will be spells. Description. So top, we can call this header. Now we'll just call it top. So we have, I don't need that as an HBox now. All right, now, give me this speed. Vertical expand. Now, do not need a grid container there. Looks like it's going to be a VBox, I think. A VBox of HBoxes, perhaps? No, for the alignment we want, it's going to be an HBox. So we can keep our columns aligned. It's going to be an HBox, and then we're going to do a VBox. It's kind of a tricky menu. You know what? You know what? Here's what I'm thinking. We're going to do, all right, VBox here. It's going to have the text. No. No, no, no. Bear with me. Going back to a grid container. We're going to do a 4-column. This whole thing's going to be a grid. I think it'll work. So we're going to do a label and then a button, button, button. Really need a little icon for that. Let's make something real quick. Let's say like 8x8. And it's going to be, it might even be too big. Let's do 6x6. I'll do like that. Maybe give it a little shading. And we'll do a new one. Make so the light, and then we have the shadow for this. All right, so just really simple indicators for white and black magic. Save this as magic icons. We do Control E, enter. Now we have those. Telling you, as these projects expand, I mean, it's just crazy. You have to be juggling so many things. But they're good problems to have. Turn-based magic icons. Take a second, think. What do you think we're gonna do? If you said Atlas texture, you win. Let me know in the comments. You're gonna get I don't know, congratulations. You'll get a thumbs up at least. These are gonna be magic icons. Let me drag that PNG. These are 6x6. Alright, so that icon we can now use in using the resource. Use that. Oh, that looks a little big, doesn't it? I don't know. We'll see once we get the text. So let's say, test. And I'm going to call this spell. I think this might need, it's called spell button. Maybe magic button. Change to magic. And that way it's consistent. So now I can save that as a scene. That'll be in GUI, because it's a button. And we can give it a script that'll, work accordingly. So I'm going to do that 3 times. We have a label. It's going to say level 1. And we're going to work on the H separation here, maybe 8. I should probably make the test text a bit longer. Just spell name. That way it's more indicative of what the final product might look like. Let's try 12. Let's try 16. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take this and just duplicate it 8 times. And then we need to update our V separation. I think we've been using 2 as the standard. And I just want to go manually and change these. You can automate this, but we don't have too many. I'll just do it in the editor. All right. See how easy that was? And then we'll have different behaviors, like different states on it, to dictate what they look like, right? I might update this label, like, so we have an idea. And the coup de grace. Finishing touch is a label. Let's say MP cost. Another H box. Let's do it right. Duplicate that. Let's put 3. This we want size flags of shrink and expand for both. It's a little low. So maybe I'll do my own thing and do it in the middle for now. I don't know. We can stick with that. Just gonna say like 16. We're gonna align right. That way it gives it room for a little extra. Maybe we don't need that extra. don't know. Whatever. Whatever. That's looking pretty good. All right. Let's go full screen. We want to get our new menu in there. Submenu magic, right? Let's look at equipment, our reference. Gonna look at a few. I like this better without the icons. I think this is a better design. So we're gonna go with that one. And looks like the magic menu is closest duplicate or closest reference. Alright, so we have that. Let's go full screen real quick. Take that label. Okay. There we go. He's got a little chunky there. So now we want, as usual, we override these buttons. We have equip. We have optimal. And we're going to add a third one, remove. Just so it looks nice, I'll manually do that. That's only for the editor. That's a little bit too close. I think we do something like that in the game. So we know we're getting rid of all of this. We don't need this grid container. And I'm going to call this like middle. I'm going to give it an HBox. Which is not going to be in the margin. We're going to do full rect. We want to fill that out. Now I'm going to put 2 windows in it. Separation of 2 to keep it consistent. And so this is going to be called equipment. Let's say this will be stats. We're actually going to put B boxes. We'll do that. Full rect. B box. Copy that and put that in stats because he's going to have the same format. This is where our items will go. Now they do have a scroll container. We might need that here. I think we do. And if memory serves, we do the scroll container. Then we put the VBox in it. And that'll automatically resize. Just for testing, I can throw some item buttons. Actually, no, these can be regular buttons. We don't need the quantity. Let's do button and it simple. I'll just delete one for now. We don't really need the scrolling. Not for this stage of the game. Over here, we're going to have some attributes. We really do have a lot of space. I'm going to need more room on the player box on this one. So let's get that going. We're not going to have MP cost. In this H box, we're going to put another V box. I'm just going to have 2 V boxes. These are going to have labels. It's going to be weapon. Just duplicate these. Shield. Arm. Glove. And what I'm doing right now is I'm tired of overriding, changing that separation to 2. And HBox can stay the same for now. Okay, save. Get out of there, please. There we go. Player. Gotta find my place again. Then we have this one. It's gonna have buttons. This is supposed to be an HBox. And we give this some more space. Try 48. 52. Get rid of the player. I want to shrink. I want to center that. And let's see. Make those closer, and then we're going to increase the separation on this one. They're just a little bit too close. Something like that. We can do a little bit more. Looks pretty good. Just take back one. No. Get down. Get down. Get down. Cat. Crazy cats, man. And over here, that might be a little more than I want to tackle at this moment. But all right. Submenu items. Let me put this. Am I in the wrong thing? Field submenu. I am. Can't see my. The hell? Did it just crash? Oh, that's great. That's why I save a lot. I'm always hitting Control S. Yeah, we lost that whole submenu. We have the control, it's just not named. Just drag all these. I need to sort them, hide them. Do with that, that's good. I'll take that out for now just so we can test it. So we need to grab focus. We can do this. I think it's engine dot fish editor. Something like that. That's not the right one. It is get tree.get root. So if we're enabled, yeah, it's not working. Let's go to Godot, how to see if node is top level. Let's see. I think we can do now. In other words, that means if we don't have an owner, then we're running just this menu, and so we want to show it because we're doing debug. No, we'll leave that there. I want to put that in the shop GUI too. It's going to help with my testing. Anyway, let's go back to this, see what happens. So now it grabs focus on the menu. Perfect. And now we can actually do stuff when we press those buttons. Field submenu. I guess set enabled. Let's see something. Field submenu inherits that. Oops. We're going to override that for the submenus. We don't want to handle the player. That's only for these top level full screen GUIs, but not in the submenu. So we have field menu. Should be able to just call do this if, so we do var we do if index equals submenus dot formation, else we're gonna do submenus dot set enabled. Oh no, submenus index dot set enabled. It's gonna be true. I think that works. Let's give it a go. Field menu, boom, we're in it. Not updating the cursor because we don't have those functions in it yet. Right, so let's just run the field menu. That works. Now if we hit escape, oh, that works too. Okay, cool. We're gonna need custom behavior for the submenu. We hit escape. Set enabled false. Closing. Or can I use something else? Let's see. Nah, we'll make a custom one. So we have closing for that. That's for the sub menu. Now in the field menu, it's going to need to connect to that signal. It's going to be for sub in connect closed self on sub menu closed. We're going to send the sub menu through. Yeah. Submenu. Sub field submenu. I think we also have to override if enabled and cancels pushed. No, we're good. We're good. We had that in there. That's perfect. We only want that for the field menu. Let's go back to our sub menu. Field sub menu. Go back to field menu. Now in sub menu close, what we want to do is set enabled. True. For now, we don't need that sub menu. I'm gonna still pass it through. I do need to look at set enabled real quick. Enable visible if on and top menu. And so that way we re-grab focus. Wrong thing. Let's just do that. So I'm gonna go to items. Now I'm gonna back out. It's almost working. Go to field menu. We need to see if this is actually going. Okay, there's an issue with my naming. Closing. Let's just do closed. And we also have to admit that. So I think to keep it simple, We're going to actually put that in the top level. And down in set enabled, to if not on, then we want to do init signal. Oops. I mean, I could have put that in here. And that's what I'm going to do. Because right now, this does not need it. It's just for the submenu. So we're going to put that back. And if not on, I'm going to do init signal first. This is probably in our submenu. Not connecting. We don't have a function for that, so it's going to be on. Just copy these. But you know what? We're going to do that by default. The if cursor move to node. And that can go to full screen GUI. And get rid of that in the sub menu for now. And in the shop GUI, let's go take a look. I think we can optimize that a bit. Now we can just do, I think it's called a super options button focus button, where we call the parents function that matches that name, and then we run our own code on it. Just do the field menu. Items, looks good. Cursor's moving. I back out and we have focus. Perfect. If I exit out, it's going to close that. That's great. Now we can run it in the main game. I'm going to press M. Press M again to exit. We can move. Items. Boom. Beautiful. Magic works. Equipment works. I do need to update. Field menu. Let me go back. Let's do. All right, we're going to add var options index n equals 0. We're always going to go to that. I'm going to do if on top menu. Else we're going to options index equals 0. All right, so if we close out of that, it's always going to reset to 0. And on options button focus, we want to set options index equals button bracket index. Let's just copy how we had that there. And should work. Let's see, options index. Just have to save for that to show up. So I'm doing that because in the field menu, when we set enabled, it's going to maintain our cursor position. If I go to magic and we back out, it stays on magic. Go to equipment, same thing. Now we don't have these other ones, so it'll probably error out. Yeah, if I try and do that. I knew what would happen. It's just I wanted to see. So equipment, These need to be menus. Shouldn't be able to focus them right now. So we got some work to do. Let's get all these open. Keep them in order. All right, that's a lot of items. That'll probably turn into a scroll container later. Might as well name these. These aren't going to be by it anyway. We use. These don't really need to be named. Just need the text. Let's find our items menu. Let's use sort and trash. Sort and trash. Say remove. Trash is just so aggressive. Alright. So this looks like it already is a menu. Good. Is magic a menu? No. Oh, that's an issue. For this to work as a menu, I need to change the setup. I need an H box, B box. Take all these labels, throw them into that B box. Don't worry, it'll look fine in a second. Then this grid container needs to go into that H box on the right side. And the grid container changes to 3 columns. Bing, bang, boom. And the H box, I think we want to center it. Maybe not. No. Looks close enough. It's maybe a little tight. But no, so since I did that, we can change that to magic and give it a menu script. So it'll be treated as a menu. Save all these. Same with equipment. I think we need, let's see, hopefully I organize this right. So it's going to be equipped. And give it menu. I don't know why that keeps popping up every time I do it. We have to go down to here. It's going to be available equipment. And we're going to give that menu. So now our menu should be in play. We're going to run the game. Items, let's see. Use this card. I keep doing that. So it's a lot. These menus are pretty pretty complex. Status, save. I think that's all for me. I am pretty tapped out. We'll pick it up back probably tomorrow morning. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.